Well, just to go ahead and get started on this, this DoD 911 pilot project came about because of some of the events that happened there at Chattanooga and Fort Hood. I watched the webinar earlier this morning, tried to yesterday, but they had the wrong link up. So if you tried to go there and look at that, they should have the right link up here shortly, but I'll post that link as well. They've already had some agencies working on the pilot project, and we would like to do this pilot project here in Kansas as well. I think it'll help with situational awareness of, you know, does everybody really know what military installments there are in their county? So that I think this will really help out with that as well. As part of this project with being involved in it, whoops, that did not work. There we go. So as part of this, if you agree to be a part of this project, you're going to make a commitment to help establish SOP protocol. They have been developed by NINA. We're working on clarifying exactly what they want on that, whether the SOP is what they go on to talk about here in this paper, or if they have an actual separate document for that. You'll provide your training to your staff regarding roles and responsibilities. You will need to do test calls at least once per month made by each shift, and we do have some sample calls. And then you should conduct the scenario-based mock calls by every shift once a week. And we have those scenarios that are in this document. These calls will go into the U.S. Northcom, and they do have an 800 number. I've been all through this morning. Michelle, did you have anything to add?
I could maybe add a little feedback or a little starting point of how this came about. We've been engaging with the National 911 Office, and we were advised of a partnership between the National 911 Office, who oversees they're under the Department of Transportation, and they are working some RFIs and RFQs regarding CAD and some other initiatives at the nationwide level. So we became in contact with Lori Flaherty, who is the administrator over the National 911 Office, and she apprised us of a joint project that she's doing with the Department of Defense. And it was a project to assist in, as Lori stated, identifying those PSAPs that have either armories, military bases, or recruitment centers within their jurisdiction, and start creating a relationship between those and the local PSAP. What became apparent after a couple of incidents at recruitment centers is that PSAPs go into normal mode and they do their local response, and that's exactly 100% right. But the local admin authority over those recruitment centers, armories, and or military bases were not connected in and or part of the process and or response. They weren't notified that things were happening in their jurisdiction. So we discussed it with her, and Kansas agreed to push it out to our PSAPs and hope for a good response in testing this pilot program, this project that they're working. And it's going to help evaluate the steps and processes and determine next steps on how to proceed with correcting or enhancing that relationship between the local PSAPs and those three entities. Again, recruitment centers, armories, and or military bases that may be in your jurisdiction. So that's what our goal is. There's a little bit of information that needs to be done during the sign-up phase of it, which we're going to create a one-sheet worksheet for, name, address, point of contact, phone number, that sort of thing. Then we'll engage, again, with the Department of Defense and the National 911 Office. And then, again, like Lori said, we'll work together in testing monthly for them and helping them create any guidelines that they may need after the pilot and the tests have been complete. So that's kind of how I understand it. More information is going to come. The test is going to begin. Their hopes is to begin in April, which is why we're pushing it out now. So I would ask you to look internally to your jurisdiction. If you have one of those three or more than one of those three in your jurisdiction, I'd ask that you support the program, that you sign up, and you help us create a very valuable tool that's needed not only for us, but the state and the nation as a whole to bridge that gap between the PSAPs and those entities. Do you have any questions?
Go ahead.
Do you have any questions of either Lori or I?
This is Wendy. I have a question. Did you reach out to the PSAPs that are located and serve the military installations? As an example here, Fort Leavenworth has their own PSAP. Are they being contacted to participate as well?
I have a question. Go ahead, Lori.
What I was going to say on that is because most of the calls are going to come in by 911, they go to the main PSAP, and as a secondary or a non-traditional PSAP, they would not get the first 911 call.
Okay. You mean calls received by cell or by landline?
By either.
Okay. I know Fort Leavenworth is their MSAGs are programmed to go directly to Fort Leavenworth for landline.
Either.
Cell phones, yes. Leavenworth Police and Leavenworth Sheriff transfer those up normally.
I know just from the webinar, the main thing that the goal of this was for the primary PSAPs. One of the statements on there was that the DoD had no idea that these incidents were happening, or the main people that needed to know did not know these incidents were happening until they saw it on the media. So this is having the PSAPs get it to the U.S. NORTHCOM or NORAD will be the main point of this whole project. Not sure why.
I appreciate that input, and I will go ahead and I'll take that up with, there's both a NENA rep and the National 911 Office rep, and I'll ensure that that gap is covered either by us or the DoD. So I'll make sure that notification has happened to our military bases in the state. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a great point to cover, so we definitely need to look into that. Any other questions or? Well, if you're wanting to be involved in this, up on the screen here I have basic information of what you have to do to be a part of the project. I kind of went into a little bit of that with the SOPs and the test calls, guaranteeing to the length of the commitment, which is April 1st through June 30th. There could possibly be an extension, and then we'll just need all your contact information, including they're asking for a 10-digit emergency phone number for the PSAP. I think we're going to change that to a requesting a 10-digit 24-hour answered phone number for the PSAP, rather than giving them out the 911 pilot number. We will, if you decide to be involved in this, we will have the GIS part of that taken care of for you as far as your jurisdictional boundaries, and then any of the DoD locations that are in your jurisdiction.
Okay.
Sherry was going to do that, is correct, Michelle?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Lori, this is Jeremy from Shawnee County, Topeka, Kansas.
Yes.
do we understand that we can't see the documents that you're referring to on our computer? Are these documents and applications, so forth, you say you're going to upload them to the Knowledge Center?
Yeah, I'll put them on the Knowledge Center, and I'll also put them on our website so you can find them there. I'll send you the links to the website.
Okay. Thank you.
And you should be able to go into the Knowledge Center and locate them after I get them uploaded.
Gotcha. Thank you.
I will put the document on there to obtain your information and then check back with you to see if you're interested in doing this and participating. Does anybody not want to participate that's on the call, or would you like me to go ahead and send you the form?
This is Jeremy again. I do have one question, Laura. How much time are we looking at per exercise? We're looking at 5 minutes out of the day, 10 minutes. What's the best guess on this?
Well, the scenarios are pretty short. What would you think, Michelle? I mean, you're just answering. You're going to call U.S. Northcom operations. You're basically going to tell them the reason for the call, the notification, the test, what state you're in, your PSAP, your contact number, your dispatch name or number, your incident number, the location, what type of incident you're reporting, and what's the incident status. Is it ongoing, unknown, concluded? The agency in charge of the incident, and then if you're aware of any direct Department of Defense connection to the event, any military facility personnel or event that would concern them, and is there any other information that they should be advised of? So however long it takes you to get through the questions.
Okay, thank you.
It's scenario-based. I'm sorry I interrupted. It's scenario-based, and they provide you with that, and they basically give you the script, and they just request that you test it on different shifts, so once a month. So I think it's minimal, and I think it's something that we can do that will bring, and it will bring value back to us. I think it's manageable.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Carl. I have a question for Lori and Michelle. Has anybody reached out to so like, for example, here we have a recruiting center that I know of, but no armories. But has anybody from the feds pushed out anything to those folks? So if we reach out to them and make contact to establish these relationships, will they even know what we're talking about? Will they have a heads up that people are reaching out to them, or will this all be cold, new data to them?
Can you answer that, Michelle?
I'm not aware of the DoD side, the back end side of it. I'm not sure. I know a lot of this is testing their processes and determining, and they have a site on theirs on what they do once they get this information. But I am not aware of that side. I'll follow up with that question as well.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carl.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I didn't see anything on that particular question on the webinar that I watched, but I think it's all because it's going through the U.S. Northcom, then they will reach out to the contacts locally. That way you just have a one phone number to call rather than trying to look up the phone number to the recruitment center or whatever the case may be.
Okay, thanks.
All right, well, that's all we have. Any other questions, concerns, or anybody that would love to volunteer for this?
Lori,
Sure.
I'll volunteer.
Yeah.
And who's this?
It's Wendy Dedeke, Leavenworth County.
Oh, hi, Wendy. Okay.
Hey.
All right.
Yeah.
Great.
Shawnee County will jump in on it.
Okay.
Reno County will.
I knew you'd be there.
Thank you all.
Yes, thanks for everyone for taking some time out of your morning. I'll get this up and loaded there as quickly as I can. It just takes just a little bit to get that done. get it on the website. And if you have any questions or concerns, you've got my number.
And Lori, you said you were going to send the links out for the site?
Yeah, I've got the website. It'll be on our website, thekansas911.org. It's also going to be on the Knowledge Center if you've signed up for that. If you haven't, I can get you the details for that. Get you signed up there as well. I know we're missing a lot of agencies on that. And then I can just personally contact you by email.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.